I think I've got.
We got it. Okay, fantastic.
Okay.
All right, so this is the Roundtable team. My name is Matt Pagliaro. I'm a Cub Master in Holman, Wisconsin, and we do appreciate feedback and ideas. And so feel free to reach out to any of us on this team if you have ideas or would like to see different content in the future. A lot of things that we do get comes from the national BSA, but we want to make things relevant for our local area as well. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to David for our opening.
Okay, if you're in uniform, I'm David Schmidtke, committee chair for PAC 59 in Black River Falls. I've also been the aquatics director at Camp Decorah. So if you're in uniform, please do a Scout or Cub Scouts salute. And if not, hand over heart, Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. Okay, Scout sign or Scout oath. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country and to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Scout law: the Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. And finally, the outdoor code. As an American, I will do my best to be clean in my outdoor manners, be careful with fire, be considerate in the outdoors, and be conservation minded. 2. Thank you.
Thank you, David. All right, so we do have a lot of content and a lot of updates for you, so we will get right into things. Our big topic this month is going to be Blue and Gold and Webelos crossovers, as those exciting events are coming up. Exciting for both of our Cub Scout packs and our troops, who will be welcoming new members in the coming month or two here. All right, so first of all, we've got our safety minute for the month. So we've got many of our updates will be some outdoor activities happening around the council. And so it's good to keep in mind some of the unique hazards that go along with those activities and what we need to do to make sure that they're fun, but also safe for our scouts. So as always, activities should always be supervised by mature and conscientious adults. Beware of potential dangers, specifically in winter weather, and anytime there's things that are being done that require a certain technique, it's our responsibility as leaders to teach that proper technique to avoid mishaps before they happen. Making sure that we have protective equipment, helmets for sledding, snowboarding, and skiing, things like that available. Being aware that winter sports are more physically demanding. We don't always realize that we might be getting dehydrated because it's cooler outside. So participants should be physically fit, capable of participating, and we should keep everyone hydrated, things like that. Making sure equipment fits properly. Sledding is a big thing coming up. We've got a lot of sledding events coming up, probably out at Camp Decorah with Polar Day Camp and things like that. Make sure hills are safe, free of obstacles, and that paths where scouts are going up are separate from the paths where they're coming down. And then always review basic safety rules before the activity begins, not after it's too late. More can be found on the link here with the health and safety, and you can always find things in the Guide to Safe Scouting. All right, so our big events coming up are Blue and Golds and our Webelos crossovers. Exciting time for all of us. And Kate Russell is here to give us some insights and some information from her experience. And then we have a lot of resources to share. Maybe for those of you that are new and haven't been through a Blue and Gold before, or even if you have, it's always good to get some fresh ideas. So Kate, I'm going to turn it over to you.
All right, thank you so much. I'm really excited to talk to you tonight about the blue and gold banquets and the Webelos crossovers. They are often a merged event. So I just came from a committee meeting and we were talking about ours and I'm just really excited about it. So what is the blue and gold? The blue and gold banquets often take place in February, and it's to celebrate the anniversary of the founding of BSA on February 8th, 1910. The Arrow of Light ceremony might be included as a fifth graders crossover to their BSA troop. Badges of rank are sometimes awarded. Community leaders or special guests might be invited to include people like grandparents. It's a really great opportunity for families to share their scouting experiences with their families if you can accommodate them. And food and dessert are often served. So tonight we tonight we had a discussion at our committee meeting about the food, and we were talking, do we have a meal or do we not have a meal? We've always had a meal in the past, and I think that the most important part about this event is that it's really a time set aside. It's extra special. It's a celebration. So 3 things to remember when you are planning your blue and gold banquet. Remember to celebrate Cub Scouting. Be prepared. Planning is essential. As you can see from some of the decorations on the previous page, there can be a lot of extra work involved in it, but planning is essential, and make it fun. Make it fun for the adults and for the kids. So next we're going to talk about some blue and gold banquet ideas. Again, as you can see from the images, there is a plethora of ideas out on the internet. Pinterest will maybe make your head spin, but you can see a wide variety of themes and different ways that you can make it fun. So the next slide has a lot of different ideas. And as I was reviewing this, I was like seeing some of them like luau, and there's just so many different themes. We have found in our pack that making it theme based really has created more magic, more excitement. Last year's theme for us was Lego, and virtually, again, like I said, you can do a search online and you will get all kinds of ideas for how you can have table decorations or extra special snacks. So with our Lego theme, for example, we had a Lego photo booth. We have a very artistic person in our pack who created little cardboard Lego guys. And then there was a cutout where the people could put their faces in and do a photo booth. She had Legos on every table and broke up the event by doing kind of minute to win it things. Build your tallest Lego sculpture. So there's a lot of ideas for how you can make it interactive. And there's a link down below that you can click on to get more ideas. I think that this is a great opportunity to reach out to some of the family members who may not be actively, maybe they're not serving on a committee, maybe they're not a den leader, but kind of reaching out, checking in with the den leaders. Are there family members who you think might enjoy doing this part of it? We've also had different dens working on table decorations. That's another approach, that each den can tackle a portion of it. But even talking to people who had been in scouts, that are adults now, they talk about the blue and gold banquet as being extra special. I know that back in the day, people even really dressed up. Dads wore suits, and the kids obviously were in their scout uniforms, and it was just an extra special event. Something that we've discussed in our pack is trying to hold your event in a location that you might not usually. So for example, there's I think it's a lion's cabin that we use. And it's something different than our normal. It just sets it aside as an extra special event. So I would encourage you to do that if possible. Meals are, like I said, meals are highly encouraged. You can do a potluck. You could sometimes PAX will have it catered. I've even seen where, it's catered and people pay a set dollar amount. There's a lot of different ways to approach it. And honestly, you just have to do what works best for your unit. Dessert is always an extra special event for the kids, cake, cupcakes. I love the ice cream bar Sunday idea. And then making it extra special by doing invitations and programs. I think a lot of times families like to have the programs that go into their kids' memento box, and it also gives people an opportunity to follow along. So as a unit, generating ideas for who some of your guest speakers were. Last year, we actually had a local canine unit come and gave us a demonstration and how they use their canine. And the kids got to pet it. It was really engaging. We've also had people from Fort McCoy. A lot of times you'll find community members are more than happy to speak. Sometimes, in addition to that special guest speaker, sometimes people will hire like a balloon animal guy or magician. I see if there's martial arts demonstration on here. So again, just using your creativity, especially for how it can fit your theme. And the table activity thing, making it interactive, because we do have some really young kids. And I think this is an opportunity for them to be involved in something that's more formal, and yet still having those breaks that kids need.
And I would add also, this is a good opportunity to involve members of your pack and reach out to families, because a lot of people might be connected to things that you may not even be aware of. Our pack this year was struggling to find a speaker or entertainment, and one of our parents from our Webelos 2 Den works at the high school and has a connection with the robotics team. So the high school robotics team is coming to do a demonstration. So really reach out and get ideas from everybody for this.
So the other part of the Blue and here's more resources that are available. And I really like that it says it's okay to keep it simple as long as it's still fun. If you are a unit that's just starting out, don't get bogged down in trying to make it, especially if you go on Pinterest, you might get overwhelmed. I think just looking for those ways to make it extra special with the cake and a different location possibly. But there's a plethora of ideas out there on the internet, so check those out.
Yes, and again, the slideshow will be up on the webpage if you'd like to get these links a little bit later.
And then the last part of what is often a part of the Blue and Gold celebration is the Webelos crossover. And it says the BSA says the Webelos Scouts graduation ceremony should clearly signify his or her transition to a new level of scouting. Here are some tips. Take it literally. The ceremony should visually represent progression from Cub Scouting to Scouts BSA. You can use a physical bridge, indoor or outdoor, can symbolize the crossover. When we've had our crossover in the spring, we have actually done it at a park where there is a bridge. Now that we're doing our crossover in February, we have a bridge that was constructed, and it doesn't have to be anything elaborate, but that physical bridge of them crossing over it. And we have always invited in our community, we have 2 troops. especially if we know what troop is receiving which scouts. We always encourage them to come, and they really make it a big deal. They're on the other side and they're receiving the Cub Scout who's going over into Scouts BSA. So leaders and scouts from the pack and troops should participate. And really, it's just been making sure that you are planning it and communicating with those troops ahead of time so that they can, get it on their calendars. Some of those folks are very busy. The older kids are sometimes hard to pin down. So if you give them advance notice of when it's going to happen, and hopefully you've already established a communication with that troop or troops, because your Webelos should have been doing some activities with them already. Don't forget the pizzazz. This is Cub Scouting after all. And again, going back to that, make it fun. I think that's so important for the leadership too. Crossover might include a theme, a symbolic gift, or even special lighting. We create arrows. We have purchased them, I think, on eBay, and they're pretty elaborate. It's done with what do they call that? Floss, like floss thread that you'd use for embroidery, and they're beautiful. It doesn't have to be that over the top, but it is nice to give the kids a memento for all of. I mean, that's a big deal to succeed that way. And the other thing that I wanted to add is just this is also a really great opportunity to thank families, to thank your volunteers, to also just thank the families, because they're the ones that are showing up, bringing their kids to the meetings and the events and doing things at home.
Also may be a good opportunity to present gifts or recognition to some of those den leaders that have been with your pack for several years and now may be moving on because their scout has aged out.
So this last slide is just the ideas for the Arrow of Light ceremonies. There are scripts that you can follow. And again, you can tweak those if you need to make them fit better, but I encourage you to check out those websites. The main purpose of the crossover ceremony is to recognize scouts who are moving forward in the scouting program. But it's also, and I love this part, it's also an opportunity to inspire other Cub Scouts to reach this significant milestone. I remember during COVID, we did it kind of in a closed, quiet parking lot. And I missed that opportunity for the young Cubs to look up and say, I'm going to do that. I'm going to cross over someday.
All right. Thank you, Kate. Excellent overview and a lot of good ideas, a lot of links. We've provided some for you, but Google is your friend if you're looking for ideas. As Kate said, you might be overwhelmed by what you find, but keep it simple, make it fun. All right, we do have some updates from the council before we go to breakouts. So first of all, there is a new staff member. And so I'm going to let Joe introduce this individual.
Sure. Great. Thanks, Matt. Great job, Kate. That was terrific. A lot of good ideas. Yeah, our district executive team is expanding back to 2 people, kind of similar to where we were in the summer. So we're pleased to have Ashley Kane joining us as a team member. And Ashley, I'll let you say a few words about yourself.
Absolutely. So like he said, I'm Ashley Kane. I'm a graduate from UWL, graduated in 2020 with a marketing degree. I am new to scouting, but I'm ready to learn and I'm excited to join the team.
All right, great. Welcome, Ashley.
Thank you.
She will have some of these updates for us later as well. All right, some training opportunities coming up for both Cub Scout and Scouts BSA volunteer leaders. Someone from the training team available to give a quick overview?
I think I saw Lisa or Margaret.
I'm here. We got a couple opportunities of direct leader contract training coming up. We have one on Saturday, January 14th. That's this Saturday in Viroqua. our registration is open till this evening. So if you do want to all of a sudden have openings and can availability to do it, please sign up so that we know if you're coming or not. The next opportunity will be a Saturday, February 4th at Western Technical College in Sparta. This will be during Merit Badge Day also, so it's an opportunity to also for you to learn that. And then there'll be Scoutmaster specific training that same day. The basic outdoor leader training, which every pack needs one person trained to take kids on outings, is May 20th to 21st at Camp Decorah. For Scout BSA, iTools will be the same weekend starting on Friday evening and going till Sunday morning. And then Wilderness First Aid this year is April 29th and 30th from 8 to 4 each day to complete your required hours of that training. I believe
Right.
there is also, John, are you on for NYLT?
I am. I'll see if the video works. We've had a lot of trouble with unstable Zoom signals, so hopefully it works. Our staff is actually meeting on Sunday. We're fully into preparing the course for this summer. We are looking for scouts that are first class and ready to be away from home for a week and buy into the program, have a lot of fun, and be 13 years old. I think I missed that one. We really need kids to sign up. It's going to be a little bit tough because it's a Jambo year, but we need to get to, I think, 25 bare minimum, or national won't let us run the course. But our youth staff, we've already met once. We'll be meeting again on Sunday for the afternoon, and we have a very energized group. Our senior patrol leader is Danny Martz from Troop 168, and he is going to do probably at least as good a job. Well, he's got big shoes to fill from Carissa last year, but we're excited to bring our troop guides in, and we hope we get lots of interest in the course this year.
Right, thank you. Lots of opportunities for both youth and adults to get some additional training. All right, some Friends of Scouting updates.
I'll make it quick. We're asking packs and troops to, please schedule a date that somebody could come in and do a brief presentation. When I say brief, I mean, 5-6 minutes. We're not looking for an entire troop or pack meeting or anything, but Unit Court of Honors work well for this, blue and gold banquets. We can go with a Pinewood Derby if you really wish, but it's been those are very busy events, so not always the most conducive time. You can submit a date online. Once again, there's an incentive if you schedule a date prior to February 24th. And when I say schedule, that's just getting the date on the calendar. You could run a date in April or May, but if you let us know by February 24th, there's a buy one, get one night in a lodge out at Camp Decorah, or a no-cost night of camping in a site.
Great, thank you. All right, summer camp team. It was Laurel going to cover this one, or?
Yes.
Okay.
So in addition to scheduling a visit for FOS, we're also inviting you to schedule a visit, if you haven't already, for the camp staff team to come out and see you. So we would be coming out to visit to discuss all of the programs that are available this summer, answer any of the questions that you might have, talk about other upcoming council programs if you have questions about those. And if you have a Cub Scout pack, then we can also lead an activity or a song if you guys want to do that. So it would be myself or one of the other members of the camp staff team, or someone from the camping committee that would be able to come out and visit your unit. So in order to schedule a date for that, the form that you fill out can be found under a few of the pages on the council website, either on the drop down under Camp Decorah or under the SBSA summer camps or Cub Scout summer camps.
Great, thank you. All right, another program at camp.
And then one other thing from us, we're looking for people to volunteer as camp hosts. So what a camp host does is they stay out at Camp Decorah with us for the weekend. You stay in the guest lodge, so you have free housing for a weekend. And then what you're there to do is assist the units that are out for their reservations. So you're helping them with check-in, answering questions for any of their leaders if they need it, letting them know where to find things, helping them troubleshoot small problems around if they have any on property, like if there's a problem with their building or if they need something unlocked or need supplies. And then when they're done, you send them on their way, help them with checkout, make sure that everything gets reset. If at any point during your stay you have any questions, the Ranger Corps and I are always ready and available for phone calls to answer questions you might have. So to request any weekends that you're available and to see when units have reservations, just go to gatewayscouting.org/camppost.
All right, thank you, Laurel. All right, I think Ashley was gonna talk about tubing at Fort McCoy.
Yes, we have tubing coming up already next Saturday. $17 a person, and it does need to be pre-registering, or you need to pre-register. So all that can be found on the website at below.
All right, a really fun event. It's a great, great hill if you've not been there with kids before. It's a lot of fun. Okay, Merit Badge Day. Who's gonna give an overview?
So that's coming up pretty quick here as well, February 4th. Registration opened today, and signups were happening fast and furious. So certainly take advantage of one of these great programs occurring on February 4th. Training available that day as well for adults.
And one thing I would say is one thing I reminded our Webelos will be crossed over by this time. And this is a good opportunity if they have crossed over to the troop to kind of get going with their first merit badge.
Please note this event is in Sparta. So it's at the Sparta campus of WTC rather than the La Crosse campus where it's been the last few years.
All right, great. Okay, Polar Day Camp.
Coming up quick as well, February 18th. You can see all the great activities on screen.
All right, and registration, is that open for that or?
It is, yes.
It is. Okay, very good. All right, use the link for that. All right, there's a Wood Badge Fellowship dinner coming up.
Eric, do you want to share anything on that?
Oh, absolutely. So first of all, what is Wood Badge? Well, Wood Badge is the most advanced course you can take as a scout leader, whether you're a leader of a pack or a den or a troop or a venture crew or even a professional scouter like Ashley and Morgan. So this is a perfect opportunity for all leaders to elevate their understanding of the scouting program and to be better leaders. However, this is not the training class. This is just a dinner to generate some excitement about the course. And it's also a chance for people that have taken the course to reconnect with others. So it starts at 5 o'clock at First Lutheran Church in Onalaska. And you can register on the council website. This is for everybody. So this is not just a dinner for those that have taken the course. If you're on this roundtable call, this is for you. So everybody should be there. And learn about the course, have some fun, sing some songs. There's a silent auction there. It's to raise some funds for future offerings of the class. Go ahead and sign up on the website. That's all.
All right, thanks, Eric. All right, so we do have some events coming up a little bit further in the future. We've got the Golden Eagle Gala coming up on March 2nd in La Crosse. And then John mentioned NYLT. So the dates for that are June 11th through the 16th, early in the summer. So mark your calendars for these. And then some other Cub Scout events that you'll want to mark your calendars for. Ashley was going to give us a little overview. Some of these are things that are coming back after taking a little bit of a hiatus or new events this year.
Yeah, so we're really excited about this event. We will be going to the Children's Museum of La Crosse on Friday, March 31st from 6 to 9. We will have museum after hours, so it'll be Cub Scouts, and I think they can invite siblings and friends as well. Still kind of looking at some final details, but we will have some exclusive stations and events that will be different from the original offerings kind of that the museum has.
All right, great. I know this was an exciting event prior to COVID that a lot of Cub Scouts looked forward to. So good to see that they have an opportunity to get back to the museum. All right.
And then we also have the Pinewood Derby coming up April 22nd. That's council-wide. Anyone can participate. So we have all the scouts or anyone or friends, and then we'll also be doing a hometown celebrity race where businesses can sponsor and put in their own cars.
All right, great. So coming up in April, mark your calendars, let your families know about that event. Roundtable next month will be February 9th. We will meet, we'll have the 2 breakouts next month, one for Cub Scouts, one for Scouts BSA. So a chance for those levels to connect again. So we're definitely glad you were all here this month, and we hope to see you all again on February 9th to get more exciting information. With that being said, we're going to go to our breakouts with our scouting communities. Couple of topics to consider. So we learned all about blue and gold banquets and Weblow's 2 ceremonies. And so this is a good opportunity for leaders from both PACs and troops to connect about those things. So we heard a lot of ideas about blue and gold and crossover, but we all know that some of the best ideas come when we just talk to other people. And so share some ideas. What have you done? What have you seen for these types of events, these types of ceremonies? What are some tips and tricks and suggestions and maybe things to avoid? And this is also a great opportunity for the troops and the PACs to connect, make sure you're all on the same page with dates and times, and how the troops can support some of these events, especially those Weblow's crossovers. And then something that we excuse me, a little bit new, one thing that we think it might be a good idea. We all get better when we share ideas. And so take a moment to just share what's going on in your unit in the coming months. It might be something that sparks an idea with another leader, or you might get some ideas that you haven't thought about, or at least get some information for some of those things. So take some time to share and connect. All right.
Looks like we got a full house tonight, 45 people. So I'm going to do my best to assign people to breakouts. If we need to move somebody, just be patient, and we'll make that happen. I see a few people that are on by phone. So if you're able to, let us know in the chat who you are, I can get you over to the right spot. And just to clarify, Matt, we're not coming back as a full group, right?
No, we will.
Go to
No, we
breakouts
will.
and then
Yep.
conclude as
Go to
needed.
breakouts. Yes.
Okay. Awesome. So, all right. Jennifer Powell, which unit are you with?
23.
23. Terrific. Welcome. James, which unit are you with?
I am with Pack 67 out of Sparta.
Terrific, thank you. How about we got two phones? We got Google Pixel and Motorola. Would you like to share who you are?
Hey Joe, the Motorola, it's Mark Dixon.
Oh,
The Motorola is me. I'm in the car, but
Sure.
I'm listening over the phone on the car.
All right.
All right. Yeah,